So every once in a while, I like to dive into the realm of the bedroom when it comes to the ladies because, well, like everything else, we are complicated and some things can't get explained enough. So I polled my own Instagram followers, all 300,000 of them, and asked them what are some of the things that were really missing for them when it came to intimacy. And these definitely kept coming up. From my own personal experience, I would have to agree that these are also some things that have come up in my life as well. So if you like this kind of content, make sure to subscribe to my channel and hit the like button. If you're new here, my name is Sarah Dawn, and I am a dating and attraction specialist for men. So let's get into it. 6 things that women are craving more in the bedroom. Number 1 is we want more foreplay. Now, this by far came up the most, and I think a lot of times guys think that foreplay is only about being sexual. But foreplay is quite a large umbrella. And a couple things that kept coming to the surface was that women felt that men were only touching them or giving them attention when they wanted to get it on. And that makes us feel a bit like a piece of ass, not gonna lie. Even when we're in a relationship with you, a woman can feel like the only time her man touches her is at 10 p.m. when he's ready to go. Men have this immediate urge to get their needs met. So sometimes you all get really focused on your job or being present during the day, which is completely okay and 100% understandable. But if you really want to increase that desire with a woman so that she feels, like that you want her outside of the bedroom, these are some things that might work. Now, the relationship needs to be in a bit of a good place. Tends to not need to be underlying resentment, but that's a whole other video. But texting her during the day saying, babe, I'm craving some dessert, maybe some ice cream later with you sitting on my face. And YouTube just demonetized me for that, but that's okay. It can be sweet though. It's just saying, babe, I'm thinking about you and I can't wait to see you when I get home. Or send her voice text. Sending things like these really help to increase our connection to you. And Esther Perel, famous sex psychologist, says that foreplay starts the minute after you stop having sex. Just something to think about. So number 2, the second most common thing that women crave in the bedroom is eye contact. Now, I know not every time is going to be the same. Obviously, there are times when you are just going at it and it is hot and heavy, right? I get that. But there is this buildup that can happen where maybe you're doing missionary and you just stop and look at us and have this kind of steamy makeout session. It makes us feel so connected to you and we feel so seen, and it's quite vulnerable when it's done right. It can just elicit feelings of bonding and closeness that you can't get anywhere else. Also, when I coach my guys who have a bit of a harder time lasting, this is a great way to slow things down a bit. Just take a pause and look into her eyes. And you could crack a joke, but that's like next level mastery. Laughing in bed is so much fun when you're truly comfortable with someone. It increases dopamine and it makes it just that much more enjoyable. So look into her eyes. Guys, I promise you, she will feel so good and so much more close to you. So number 3, we want you to make a little noise. Okay, so for all of my silent love makers out there, no hate to you. I'm just sharing with you that, and this goes for the same for women as well, but men, you gotta make a little noise. It lets us know we're on the right track, and it doesn't have to be a lot, but just a little bit. I was chatting with some of the girls and they were all sharing that the only time their man made any type of noise was pretty much right at the end when, it's about to happen. So, for us, we also need that reassurance. And there's this sweet spot where you're giving us just enough information, but not like over the top. We don't want to feel like you're acting. Again, same goes for women, but give us a little sound here and there, guys. Just even if it's a little manly grunt. I don't know. You know what I mean. So number 4, every girl has a little dirty in her. I am a firm believer that a lot of women, more than you would think, like it a little rough in the bedroom. But I see a lot of guys who are timid. Now, there's a difference between being too respectful and just flat out aggressive. And if you haven't gotten to this point yet in the relationship, there's some trust that needs to be built. You can have the conversation, outside of the bedroom first, but a lot of time, and I mean a lot of the times, you can be a lot more rough than you think. Some of the highest powered businesswomen that I know, because I was in that world for a long time, we would talk in the lunchroom and we'd have our conversations, and oh man, it is the one place that a strong woman can totally let go and just be in her feminine self. So don't let a woman fool you. Most of us really want to be manhandled in the bedroom. I won't necessarily tell you what my personal preference is, but I will tell you that it's pretty close to my personal preference as well. Anyway, we'll move on. Number 5, toys, 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 toys. I have been known on occasion to be the one to pop my friend's toys cherry. So if you want an extremely sexy date idea, go pick up your lady friend, and let's say you've been dating for, a couple months, and you want to spice things up a little bit. You want to take it to the next level, go on a date, pick her up, and take her to the toy store. And pick out something for yourself if you're so inclined. Toys can completely elevate the experience for the both of you, and I know many guys who actually like toys as well. It's a total buzzkill when a man gets his ego hurt by a woman who wants to use these. This has nothing to do with you, and in fact, if you look up something called the orgasm gap, you will see that cis heterosexual women actually have the least orgasms out of any of the groups. Lesbians are having more orgasms than we are. Not that it's a big deal, no judgment, but 75% of women on average do not have orgasms vaginally, so we need some extra help sometimes. So please don't take it personally. This has nothing to do with you. Okay, lastly, number 6, hold us after. One of the things that, of course, I had to learn about men was that there's this little intense thing that happens to you guys after you're done and you get really tired. It's funny, they joke about it in romance novels and in comedies where a woman will want to talk your ear off, or she'll want to go run a marathon after you guys are done getting it on. But with men, they just want to fall asleep. I oftentimes laugh about our biology. How we even get along is beyond me because we are so different. But one of the things that women really want a lot of the times, and of course, this is a generalization, not all women are like this, but we do like to be held after. And I know a lot of men like this as well, especially as they get older. It can just feel really cold when you just turn over and go to bed. So look, I get if you're not a big cuddler, that's fine. If you want to just roll over, great. But at least look into our eyes, at least do something to kind of close that connection loop with a kiss or spoon us for a little bit. Just do anything to let us know that we're not just some sex object. And sometimes women don't want this, and that's okay, but a majority of us do. All right, that's it for me today. You can find links to different resources in the description, and I hope this was helpful. I'll see you on the next one.